All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you, sincere Akim, out there listening and learning and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this video. I don't want to ratazah, it'll be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash. And I saw this, it popped up in my news feed. You could already see the thumbnail. I'm not going to play the video. You know, I don't want to get copyright stricken. But, man, I saw this. I had to do a lesson on it, man. Our number one adversary, well, I'll say our second, we have two main adversaries, you know, in this truth, you know. The first adversary we know is Esau Edom. He's our chief adversary. But right under him, it's got to be Eve, man. Eve definitely, man, is an adversary also, man. And she loves her daddy. She loves Massa. She loves that devil. She loves the serpent, man. you know. But it goes back to the curses. It goes way back to the garden. This is an old love story. you know, if you may have it, you know. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this. This was from Now. What was it? Now This. Yeah, Now This News. From 13 hours ago, right? And it says, woman saves 64-year-old stranger's life during Buffalo blizzard on Christmas Eve. Can't make this stuff up, man. Again, woman saves 64-year-old stranger's life during Buffalo blizzard on Christmas Eve. It says, I guess it was a quote from Eve. It says, he wasn't gonna die in front of my kids. This woman saved the life of a 64-year-old stranger who had gotten lost outside during the Buffalo, New York blizzard. And you get the gist of it. You can watch the video for itself. It's a real short clip. All right, but of course the scriptures came to mind. Chiefly, I'm gonna go into the story of the garden with Eve and the serpent, and a couple other scriptures came to mind. And I'll close out. I don't want to ratazah to be edifying. So let's start with the main, where this love story began, So this is Genesis chapter 3. I'm not going to read all of it. I'm going to just go through the spirit, right? So this is Genesis 3 and 1. It says, now the serpent, which we know the serpent was not an actual serpent, all right? It was an actual man, okay? And the spirit that was on that serpent is the same spirit that was on Cain, okay? And then it came back, that same spirit came back on Esau Edom and his family, his house, okay? That's the same spirit, okay? He was, the spirit of lying, deceiving, the murderous spirit, that wicked spirit, okay? That's why when you read the scriptures, it says that old serpent, the devil, right? So, like I said, it was a man, and then, like, again, that spirit, fast forward, was the same spirit that was on Cain. That's the spirit that made Cain kill his brother Abel. Fast forward, the same spirit that's on Esau and why he has a perpetual hatred against his brother Jacob. That same old spirit from the garden. All right? So this is Genesis chapter 3 and 1. The beginning of this love story between our woman Eve and this goddamn devil. Genesis 3 and 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord Yahweh hath made. All right, he's a sneaky devil. He's a cunning bastard. He's a deceiver. All right, his words are smoother than butter, but war's in his heart. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord Yahweh had made. And he said unto the woman, which is Eve, right? Yea, hath Yahweh said, ye shall not eat of the tree of the garden? And that was a rhetorical question because he knew the answer, right? He knew the answer. And in order to tell a lie, you have to know the truth, like the elders always say. And the woman, Eve, right, said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. For Yahweh doth know that in the day that ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods. Notice it's a baby G, all right? Because there's only one God. That's Yahweh, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But we are gods, all right? You know? Hey, that's what it said in Psalms. Ye are gods, but ye shall die like men, right? And what made us God? Why did the serpent say that? Because what did he say? I'll finish it. It said, For Yahweh doth know, and that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, because it was a tree of knowledge, of understanding. Not because they already had the knowledge of righteousness, but they had no understanding of how to do wickedness until they ate of that tree. Which the tree can represent philosophies. You know, you know. So it says, For Yahweh doth know that in the days ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. All right? Because what does the elders always say? In order to know righteousness, you have to know wickedness. You know? You know? It says, and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, she gave into the flesh the lust, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat. She ate up them philosophies. Fast forward, you can liken it to feminism and these pagan holidays and the ways of the heathen, these different philosophies that are outside of the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh said, Learn not the ways of the heathen, for the customs of the heathen are vain, right? You know, because there were other people in the garden beside Adam and Eve. All right, when you go into the scriptures, Eden, it means Idan, paradise. The whole earth was a paradise, but Yahweh specifically put His spirit in Adam. What was the Lord's spirit? His laws, statutes, and commandments. They weren't written in stone yet, but they were verbal. They knew. That's why Cain and Abel knew how to properly sacrifice to Yahweh. They understood that Yahweh needed a blood sacrifice. But what did Cain do? Cain gave the offering of the ground. You know, and that's why Yahweh said, if thou doest well, good shall not thou be received. Remember, because Cain was pissed. He said, why? And Yahweh said, why has thy countenance fell? Why are you upset? If you do what you're supposed to, you're gonna be accepted. If not, what? Sin lieth at the door. So they knew the laws, right? From Adam and Eve. All right, but the laws weren't set in stone yet. But it was oral, it was verbal. Okay, if you could receive it. So it says, going back to 5, for Yahweh, Genesis 3 and 5, for Yahweh doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. It says, and the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked, meaning that they were sinning, all right? They were outside the laws of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. They tried to hide their wickedness. And they heard the voice of the Lord Yahweh power walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord Yahweh power amongst the trees of the garden. They tried to hide themselves amongst the other people, They're trying to blend in because they knew they were going off, and Yahweh was going to spot them, They were naked, They were in sin, you know. It says, and the Lord Yahweh called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, meaning he was in sin. He was going off, following the ways of the heathen, doing the things displeasing unto Yahweh Shai. And I hid myself. And he said, who told thee that thou wast naked? Who told you was going off? How'd you know what you was doing was wrong? How'd you know that? You know? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. Check this out. And the Lord Yahweh power said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? You see? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, he tricked me, and I did eat. And the Lord Yahweh power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. All these other nations, right? He's cursed more than any other nation. Upon thy belly, because that's fast forward, the same thing happened to Cain, same thing happened to Esau, right? The people of the Lord's curse, the same spirit, that lying, murderous spirit, that wicked spirit from the beginning. It says, upon thy belly shalt thou go, and the dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. And that's why Esau has a perpetual hatred against his brother Jacob to this day. That's why Esau and Jacob, they were warring in the womb, in Rebecca's womb. A WWE SmackDown cage match, a UFC fight was going on in Rebecca's womb. Why? Because two manner of people were in her womb, separated. Two different nations, two different spirits. One righteous spirit and one wicked spirit. Okay? And that goes back to this old love affair. Okay, this old love story, the garden. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. And then you keep on reading, we know the story, but that's the point. Okay, that's the beginning of that love story, which goes back to the garden. The beginning of this love story for Eve and this damn devil, the serpent, Esau. Okay, she loves her daddy, she loves her master. All right, you know, it's an old love. Okay, that's the point. That's the point. But a couple scriptures came to mind. I'm run through them and I'll close out. Because like I said, we have enemies. Our people don't realize we have enemies. Our chief adversary is Esau, Edom, but also the woman. Okay, our own woman. That's part of the curses. Our children. But the woman too. She's a chief adversary. This is Micah 7:10. Then she that is mine enemy shall. Matter of fact, I start up one verse. Micah 7:9. I will bear the indignation. We gotta suffer it. Because we went off. Going back to the garden, you know, I will bear the indignation, the righteous anger of the Lord Yahweh, because I have sinned against him. That's why we get no respect from our women, like Rodney Dangerfield. I get no respect. That's why our woman was going to be a harlot in the streets, right? You know, it's the curses, man. Because it's for us to understand, because Yahweh, we're married unto Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right? And we went whoring after these other gods, these other nations. So we are adulterous, right? Spiritual fornication. So the Lord has our woman committing fornication, spiritually and physically, so that we can understand. It says, I will bear the indignation of the Lord Yahweh, that righteous anger, because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. We got to wait for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to rise up to the prey. That's what we're waiting on, for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to recompense our enemies, chiefly Esau, Edom, these other heathen nations that are confederate with him, and our own goddamn women. It says, he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. It's the main point. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it. Who? Eve. And shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Her judgment is coming. Okay, her judgment is coming. Matter of fact, let's go back to Genesis. I'm gonna pick up in Genesis chapter 3. Let's read this real quick. Let's go to 16. It says, Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. That's why they go through those birth pains. All right? That was part of the curse. It says, And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Let me see. Unto Adam he said, Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, Thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake, in sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. So we going hardcore labor, hardcore. We gotta labor for our food. That's why we gotta work. You know, we gotta ride. We gotta ride that hamster wheel till we die. You know, we gotta slave for everything. For that's part of the curses. We gotta go to the enemy in want of all things, man. We're subject to payments. That's part of the curses. Curse coming in, curse going out. For out, it says, In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it wast thou taken. For dust thou art. Again, Adam meant from the earth, the soil. And the earth is a dark brown color. Okay, for dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. Yeah, when you die, the flesh goes back to the earth. You decompose, and the spirit goes back to the Father who gave it. You see? Um, did I skip over the point? Salakia. That was the point. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. All right, so that's the proper order of things. But Esau, Edom, empowered the woman, man. He empowered the woman, and he did that to destroy Jake, man. To destroy Jake. This is Matthew 12:29. Or else how can one enter into a strong man's house? The strong man is Jacob, right? And spoil his goods, in which we are spoiled, right? But how did he do that? How did Esau, Edom do that? Except he first bind the strong man. How do you get to the man? Through the woman. And he figured that out way back in the beginning of his love story with Eve. That's how you get to the man, is through the woman. Or else how can one, and then fast forward, that's why he came up with feminism. He empowered the woman. He gave her rights. He gave her these different benefits and these different programs where she feels she doesn't need a man. Child support, food stamps, Section 8. All these different programs are catered to the woman, to empower her where she doesn't need a man anymore. Because going back to the garden, Yahweh said that she was going to be, what did he say? Um, Thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. But Esau, Edom, through feminism, has destroyed that. He turned everything upside down. He destroyed the households. Chiefly, it was mainly for Jake's household, but it backfired, man. He destroyed his own household. You know, you know, So it says, or else how, Matthew 12:29, or else how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then will he spoil his house? And that's what he did. We're destroyed as a nation. We're spoiled. You know. Why? Because there's no order in the houses. The women are ruling, the children are ruling, and the man has no say so. The man don't even, a lot of time the man is put out his own house, you know. And Esau, Edom empowered the woman, going way back to the garden. He made her a god, you know. It says Mark 3:27. It says, No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then will he spoil his house. And again, how do you do that? Through the woman. Okay? This is first Ezra 4:26. It says, Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women. Prime example, Adam. Adam knew better, but he followed behind a woman. You know? So it says, again, first Ezra 4:26, Yea, many there be That, and you can read up above it, but I want to get straight to the point. Um, I started 25. Wherefore, First Ezra 4:25, wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yea, many there be that have many men locked up in court, in prison, you know, you know. Many men are dead in the grave behind women, you know. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes, especially in this world, you know. A lot of you men, you know better than following these pagan holidays, Valentine's Day, Christmas, and so on and so forth. But what they say in this world: happy wife, happy life. You don't want no smoke, so you trim your ways to seek love, and that ain't nothing new. There's no new thing under the sun, you know. You don't want that woman nagging you. You don't want no smoke, so you just fold. You compromise your morals. You compromise what's right. So it says, wherefore a man, and Esau Edom knows that. That's how you bind the strong man. That's how you're able to spoil his house, by empowering the woman, making a woman a god. It says, wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women, and become servants for their sakes. Many also have perished, died, have erred and sinned for women. You see? That's the point. That's the point. You see? That's how you bind the strong man, you know? This is Ecclesiasticus 25:24. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, going back to the garden, and through her we all die. Because of her we died. A matter of fact, I start at 21. Ecclesiasticus 25:21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. And that's a lot of times our mistake. We desire these women because they're beautiful. They're pleasing to the eye. They got the fat ass or whatever, pretty face or whatever, slim waist, Coke bottle shape, whatever the hell you into. Big bosom, whatever you into. Hey, that's not the purpose, man. Not in this time, man. You gotta use your big head, not the little head. You know. Hey, Paul said it's better not to have a wife. And those that have wives, be as though you have none, because the time is short. We're in the time of serving our true wife, which is Yahweh Shem Shai. You know. It says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. You could read the whole thing, but that's the point. Jump down to verse 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. That's the point. You could read the whole thing, but I want to hit the points. This is First Timothy, because like I said, this is an old love story, and it's like a cautionary tale, man. And on this side, there are a few, righteous women, but hey, they're far in between. Remember King Solomon said, out of 1,000 men, he found one righteous man, and out of 1,000 women, he couldn't find none. So there are a few sincere, righteous Aquath women out there, but they're few, and they gonna come, man. The women gonna come in the days to come, man. When all hell break loose, they gonna come, man. Bend the knee, That's when that prophecy. I think that's Isaiah 4:1, if I'm not mistaken. 7 women shall take hold of one man. You know, that time is coming, but it ain't now ain't the time, man. Now is the time to seek the kingdom, and everything else will be added unto you, man. And the times to come, a righteous man is going to be as a covert from the wind, a hiding place from these winds of what? Destruction. Right now, Eve is in bed with her daddy. She loved her daddy, Esau Edom, man. And especially an Israelite man that knows this truth, you get no respect. You get no respect. That's why Micah said, we will bear the indignation. You don't have no proper real authority in this over your woman, man. Like Elder Malcolm would say, it's just your turn, man. It's just your turn. Okay? It's just your turn, But we gonna bear it. We gonna bear it. Our time is coming, baby. We got next. Yahweh Shemi Shai is about to turn everything right side up. So this is a First Timothy. A lot of women have a hard time receiving that Eve went off. They say, oh, Adam went off. Adam, no, Eve. The Lord said you were in transgression. You were out of order. Adam was going off too, But Adam was supposed to go off. So was Eve. Eve was supposed to go off too. It's the Lord's movie. But the point of the matter is, you you got a love affair with that damn serpent. You enamorated with this goddamn devil to this day. You know, you chose massa. You choose massa every time. If your man tell you do something, and Esau tell you do another, God, 9 times out of 10 you gonna follow behind your daddy. Esau eat him the devil. Your man tell you don't get jabbed up. Guess what you gonna do? You gonna go get jabbed up. Your man tell you don't keep these holidays and all this shit. What you gonna keep them holidays, man? Because the man gets no respect. But that's part of the curses. You know. It's for us to remember how we went whoring after these other nations, man. Anytime your woman give you hell, you remember how we went off against Yahweh Shem Shai. You know, you know. So it says 1 Timothy 2:14, and Adam. I'll start at 11. 1 Timothy, because y'all women hate this one. 1 Timothy 2:11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor usurp authority over the man. Because that's the order of things. It's Yahweh, then Yahweh Shai, then there's man, then the woman, and the children. Okay, that's the order. Okay? You see, but in this world, everything is out of order. Esau, Edom turned everything upside down by transgressing the law, changing the everlasting covenant. He empowered the woman so that he can bind the strong man. You see? It says, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. That's the main point. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. You see? Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing. They're going to really realize that they need a man in the time to come. A man is going to be as a covert from the wind, and not just any man, a righteous man, an elect man of Yasharallah. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. See, that's the point, though. But Adam didn't go off. Eve was in transgression. Okay, This is Jeremiah. A couple more, and I'll close out. I pretty much hit the point. Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? Talking about Israel. It was really referencing Israel, man. We kept whoring that, following behind these other gods. You know, these heathens. It says, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Who did that? Esau, Edom. He empowered the woman through feminism. You see? It's not. That's not the way that things are supposed to be. A woman is not equal to a man. That's out of order, or above a man. You're supposed to have fucking women judges and all this type of shit. That's out of order. Isaiah 3:12. It says, as for my people, children are their oppressors. And that's talking about children, meaning Esau, Edom. He's a base man. He's a child. He's a, you know. Even though he was the elder, he's the youngest nation, man. In hindsight, he's that child, and also, if you could receive spiritually, also children too. The children rule the household, but it's really referring to Esau, Edom, the base man, the youngest nation, As for my people, children are their oppressors, and actual children also, and women rule over them, through feminism, Esau, Edom has empowered the women. Oh, it says, O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err. A lot of many men have went out of their wits over these women and erred and died, perished, following behind the woman. They went down and got jabbed up the children, following these pagan customs, these pagan holidays, breaking a dietary law, because the women, they love eating that damn shrimp, crab, and lobster. They love eating that swine, you know. They love endorsing that alternative lifestyle, Oh, it's my child, I'm going to love him anyway, you see? And the man know better, and he compromises his ways to please the woman, which caused them to die, A lot of them going to follow behind a woman and go get that charagma in them, that RFID C-hip, that MOTB, they're going to die, you know. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. Because the serpent, he beguiled Eve, he tricked her. Yeah, you got knowledge of evil, but knowledge of wickedness is not righteousness, man. You know, the knowledge of wickedness is not knowledge, man. It's not true knowledge. You know, it leads to death. You know, Ezekiel 34 and 31. And ye, my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men. Again, Ezekiel 34 and 31. And ye, my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men. Okay, and I am the Lord. I am the Lord power, saith the Lord Yahweh. Okay. The Lord is dealing with the men, you know. Starts with the men of Israel. Isaiah 46 and 8, it says, remember this, Isaiah 46 and 8, remember this and show yourselves men, you know. It's hard, but you got to grow. You got to grow, you know. Especially you're a young man, your hormones are raging, You're burning with lust, you're burning with desire. That's what Paul said. And, just go ahead and marry, But it's better that you have not a wife. Be as though you have, Be like me, like Paul said. If you can, try not to deal with these women. But if you're burning, go on and take your wife, you know. But hey, remember who comes first. Remember who your first wife is. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and it's truth. Okay? Isaiah 46 and 8, remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. Okay? All right. So two more and I'll close out. We know it because again, this is an old love affair between Esau, Edom, the serpent, the devil, and Eve. You know, Eve and her daddy. You know, they're in contract. They're in league. Going back to Genesis, the garden. They're in league. They're in cahoots. To do what? To spoil Yasharallah, to bind the strong man. You know, that's why he empowers her, gives her all these rights and these benefits. But guess what? You about to lament for the teats. You know, the vintage is gonna fail. The gathering shall not come. That's the time they're coming into. You about to be in for a rude awakening because you think this serpent, this devil, Esau, Edom is your friend. He's your enemy. That's what Eve don't realize. He's your enemy. You about to realize that quickly. How you erred, out of the way of understanding into this death style. Isaiah 28 and 18. And your covenant with death, that goes for all of our people, 2/3 of our own people. Not just Eve. I'm getting on Eve because of this video here, but even the men, 2/3 of our nation have erred, man. They're in cahoots with this devil. They're of their father, the devil. You know, they're enamored with this damn world, man. They're drunken on this Babylon juice. That's why they're gonna die here in their sins. They're gonna die the death of an Edomite. They're gonna get to they're gonna get to the kingdom, but they're gonna get 2/3 of our people gonna get to the kingdom through death by pain, because they refuse to repent. Isaiah 28 and 18, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. See, hey, trodden down. What did it say in Micah? Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. What did I just read? Isaiah 28 and 18, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then shall ye be trodden down by it. You see? You see? So this is close out here. We know it. We know it very well, Ecclesiastes 12 and that's 10. It says, never trust thine enemy. Who's our chief adversary? Esau, Edom, and our goddamn women. Sad to say, but that's the truth. Eve is is part of, right there with Esau, Edom, hand in hand. All right. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt, hey, remember yourselves men, Bring it to mind, O ye transgressors. You know, it says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust, his wickedness, his sins have not been altogether wiped away. That's what a lot of our people forget. They forget the true nature of this devil. They forgot how we got over here. They forgot how we got over here in cargo slave ships. They forgot when they were picking a nigger and hanging him, feeding our children to gator baits, you know. They forgot the true nature of this devil. They think he's his friend. They think he's their friend. They think they're free and all this other bullshit. They're drunk on this Babylon juice, you know. It says though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, because he's a subtile. He was the most subtile beast of the field. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust, his wickedness, have not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, least when he have overthrown thee, because that's what he wants to do. Cut Yasharallah off, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. You know? Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. He wants the birthright back. You know? Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Okay? You see? So that's the point. That's the point. I don't want to Ratazat came together, and it was edifying. Again, we know there are a few, the key word is few sincere Akwath out there. Shalom to you. All right? And there's a few good men also. All right? The Lord's sanctuary it's a small sanctuary, man. The masses are asses and they're going to die. They're going to die in their sins because they refuse to repent. All right? So shalom to the Lord's elect. Again, we're close, man. We're close. Keep fighting. Keep pushing. Shalom. Wa, abad the ball. Kwam Yasharallah.